Hey, this is Georgia Jones. She's the mother. This is Latrell McCormick. He's the father. I am Ms. Rizling, and I'm the administrator or the principal. And this is Ms. Gomez. She's the special education teacher. And this is Mrs. Klusman, and she's the general education teacher.
Bobby, it's time for you to get out of the floor. Bobby.
Bobby, come on. Bobby, come sit in the chair.
Bobby.
Bobby, please.
Son, listen to your mother.
Bobby.
No!
We'll just leave him there for now.
Okay.
Well, as you guys know, we're here to discuss Bobby's IEP and review what we already have in place. So now I'll let the general education teacher, Ms. Klusman, talk about some of the strengths that Bobby's been showing in the classroom over the last year.
Some of his strengths are verbal comprehension, organization and creativity, able to tell a short story with a prompt, average performance on spelling quizzes, progressing in math, he's able to read and write whole numbers, and excelling in place value.
1 + 0 is 1.
Ask my boy. My boy.
All right, now we're going to go over some of the strengths that Bobby's been having in my special ed class. Bobby has been working on his social skills, and he loves to interact with his classmates. This in turn can cause some distractions in the classroom, but overall it's been having a pretty positive impact on his academic work. Bobby has been working every day towards rewards. If he does all of his work and listens well, at the end of the day, he gets to come down to my classroom
And play on the computer!
that's what you get to do, Bobby. And Bobby has been working hard on sportsmanship and controlling his urges to blurt out and keep his hands to himself.
Bobby.
So, is there any input that you guys would like to give about the strengths that we've told you about so far?
He's been doing better on his homework. He hasn't been asking me as many questions on math. He's struggling a little bit in reading still, but I feel like that will come in time.
I completely agree with the math because I asked him what his interest was a couple weeks ago, and he told me that math was actually his favorite subject because he's been doing a lot better and he's understanding it a lot more, which is really great.
You know, we close in 15 minutes.
Okay, what about you, Dad?
I've also noticed playing soccer, you know, he's done better in sportsmanship. You know, he doesn't plant shit any kids anymore. You know,
That is awesome.
Yeah, he actually helps them up when they get tripped. So, you know, sportsmanship's come a long way. He's starting to make more friends, and if we can just keep him from blurting out random things, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, he's using foul language a little too much.
Bullshit!
Bobby! We've talked about
Mommy
that.
has a new boyfriend.
Bobby, now is not the time to talk about that.
His
okay?
name is Greg.
Bobby, that is not the time
Bobby,
for that.
if you can't sit in your chair and
And
be good.
him's the same color as me.
Excuse me, everybody. Bobby, if you can't come sit in your chair, you're going to have to go sit in the office with Mrs. Mullins.
No.
Well, then you need to sit in your chair and act well.
Stop pouting.
Sorry,
Bobby.
everybody. Okay?
Bobby,
Head up, Bobby.
sit up. Sit up, Bobby. Thank you.
So now we're going to talk about the services that he's been receiving in my classroom. He's been receiving services in reading, written expression, math, and social skills. We do spend a portion of the day in my class where we focus solely on one subject, and that rotates every day. Like on Mondays we work on math, on Tuesdays we work on reading, etc. And then at the end of the day, like I said, he does get a reward if he has done everything he has supposed to do during the day. And lately he's been doing well, but there are some days where he doesn't get to come down to my class at the end of the day. So that's something that we're going to work on. But we're also going to talk about his weaknesses. So if you want to go ahead and talk about a few of those.
Why are you beside me?
Bobby.
You whipped me the other day. Now
You
you're trying to
lay
act
hands
like you're
on my
sweet
son?
to me. I want my daddy beside me.
Some of the weaknesses I have noticed, he reads at a rate of 50 words per minute
What's weakness?
with 80% accuracy.
I'm strong. Daddy says I'm strong.
You are strong.
He can retell 55% of key ideas. 70% with assistance of question prompts or tools like a storyboard. That is some of the weaknesses I've noticed.
Those are some ones that I've noticed as well, but I've noticed a few more. He is having some issues with complex vowel patterns like AU and other things like that. Multiple syllabic words and compound words are also giving him a little bit of trouble. He's doing a little bit better with organizing his information and events, but he's still having quite a bit of difficulty with that. Bobby,
You only get the reward if you act appropriate.
do you want to come to my classroom today?
Damn it, Bobby, if you want ice cream, better stop.
I want chocolate.
Mr. McCormick, that's not the time.
Oh,
So-
sorry.
So those are a few of the difficulties that he's been having in our class. But that's really about it for his weaknesses. We're just going to keep implementing the other things that we've mentioned today. Bobby, is there anything that you'd like to add to the meeting?
Well, one day, my friends are being mean to me.
What
When we-
happened?
When we spoke a couple weeks ago, you mentioned that recess was your favorite time of the day now.
That woman right over there puts me on the bench
Why does she do that, Bobby?
because she says I use foul language, and that's bullshit.
Bobby.
Listen, I understand he gets into the game. That's no reason to put my kid on the bench, man.
But he should not be acting this
You
way in
listen
front of
to
the
my
other
dad.
students.
You listen to my dad. He's the
No.
boss of me.
He uses foul language because he uses it at the house all the time. I know he does.
You don't even live with me.
No, but I know you do because when you lived with me, you done it all the time, and
Well,
that's
you
where
try-
he gets it from.
Well, I mean, anybody
And
living with
when-
you would
and
cuss.
when we lived with mommy, she beat daddy and beat me, and I don't
Yeah,
even want
okay,
her
Bobby.
beside me.
Bobby,
Mhm.
Bobby, I think it's time for you to go back into the office. So you're going to come with me.
Bobby,
Come on, Bobby.
just go with
Dad,
her
which
and we'll
Bobby?
get ice cream, okay?
Dad?
I'll even
Bobby,
let you get
come on.
sprinkles, okay?
Come on.
Any flavor you want, buddy. Any flavor. Beat my Charles.
Sorry about that,
Not.
everybody. Okay, listen.
What?
Guys, if you are having troubles at home, we need to handle that here, and definitely not in front of Bobby.
That's probably contributing to his foul language and inappropriate behaviors that we've been seeing lately.
I understand.
I understand too.
Thank you.
Sorry.
We try to keep these meetings as professional as possible. So, is there any other issues that you guys would like to address, or anything else that you'd like to add? We'll start with you, Mr. McCormick.
Yeah, he comes home on the weekends with me, and he never brings any books home. Do y'all assign homework on the weekends, or will that be later?
Do you usually assign him any homework on the weekends, Mrs. Kluser?
I feel like it just depends on what we do in class. If I feel like he needs extra practice or any other students, then we send homework
Okay.
over the weekend.
Usually that stuff's in his folder. Has he been bringing home the folder?
Sometimes they don't even bring on the book bag.
Yeah,
I
I've
mean-
noticed that too. I don't know where the book bag goes.
Oh.
And the folder is never, it's there sometimes, but like I've noticed a pattern on Thursday and Friday, like when I take them to him, it's never in the room. I don't know where it
You
goes.
think maybe he's just leaving it maybe on purpose so he doesn't have to do any homework, or
I figured he just done it all at school. I mean, you know.
do you usually notice that he has his backpack when he gets on the bus? You know, because you're usually out there up front.
I mean, he usually has his backpack. I mean, I don't check for a folder since,
Yeah.
but whenever I do see him, he typically has his backpack.
So maybe we should start signing the folder, like when we see it. Should we
Yeah,
do
I
that?
That way we
Yes,
can
I
keep
think
a
that's a
log.
great idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe
I'll
Ms.
jot that
Klusman
down.
can like make sure that the folder does make it in the backpack at the end of the day.
Yes, I can make sure that
Yeah,
happens.
just a little extra attention.
Okay, that works for me. Just
Do you think a prize, some sort, I feel like that would encourage him?
Yeah, like I said, he usually does receive incentives at the end of the day, only if he's done what he's, been asked to do during the day. He's had acceptable behaviors, and he's done well during, lunchtime and stuff, because that seems to be when he has some difficulties, because, he likes to get up and see his friends, but we don't really want him to do
Yeah.
that. So that's usually what that depends on, and so that's usually really up to Bobby for him to get that incentive. I know they have a couple in her classroom as well, so like I said, it usually just has to do with how he behaves and if he gets his work done that day. So
But using rewards really does work exceptionally well with Bobby.
it really does, yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Especially ice cream. He loves his chocolate ice
Maybe
cream.
he just needs some motivation, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Miss Jones? Have you noticed anything besides the backpack issue and the homework?
No, not really. Besides the foul language, he's been very good at home lately.
I'll jot that down so we can work a little bit more during his social skills time
Yeah,
for him to understand that those are not words that we need to use ever, especially not at school.
And I'll start benching him too if he starts using it, and I'll work on myself as well.
That would
Alright,
probably
that
help
would-
quite a
yeah.
bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So,
I just had to get into it, you know.
is there anything else that anybody wants to agree?
no, I don't think there's anything else that I need. Is there anything?
Okay.
No?
I'm gonna go back out and get Bobby and see if there's anything that he wants to mention that he's having typical difficulties with, and we'll see how that goes. So, give me just a second. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. Hey, Bobby.
Have either of you
We're
asked
gonna
what
have
he
you
wants
come
to
back
do
into
when
the
he grows
meeting
up?
now, okay?
He told me a
Bobby.
librarian.
He
But-
told me
Bobby.
that. He
Yeah.
told me a weatherman.
Well, he told me a TV reporter, so I
Oh,
guess maybe that's the same as a
yes.
weatherman. Okay, but yeah, since his social skills have been developing
Yeah.
so well, other than the language issue, I think that's a great.
I don't know
Good
where
for him.
librarian comes in.
Bobby
that
stood up.
Maybe.
You wanna
No
go ahead and ask
pouting.
Bobby if there's anything?
Bobby, is there anything that you would like to talk about now?
Any subjects you'd like to talk about that you've been,
I like math
you do?
That's good.
and recess.
Math and recess.
When that woman doesn't put me on the bench.
Hey, she has a name,
Remember
Bobby.
what we talked about. Why does she do that? Is it because you make a good or a bad choice?
Bad.
Exactly. And how do you get rewards? What kind of choices do you?
Being good.
There you go. Is there anything that you've been having trouble working on that you want to talk to us about? Any subjects that have been kind of hard for you?
No. He embarrassed me.
Don't be embarrassed, son.
There's no reason to be embarrassed. We're talking about you, so we can figure out what you need and what help you need.
Everybody here just wants the best for you.
Exactly.
Bobby, just tell him.
Bobby, do you want ice cream?
Yes.
Then tell them.
I just don't understand those big words.
Okay.
Same.
And when I go home and ask my daddy, he doesn't know them either.
I struggled in English. He gets the math from me. So,
And mommy's too busy going with her new brown boyfriend. She doesn't even care about me.
Now, Bobby, I'm sure that's not the truth.
Sorry.
So you want to work on vocabulary words a little bit more? Okay, we can do that. Anything else? Have you been doing well in reading your stories? I've noticed that you've been doing better.
Yeah, I like them now.
What about anything in Miss Closeman's class? Have you been having any issues with anything in her class? Social studies, anything like that? Science?
Well, sometimes I don't know my countries.
Countries. Okay.
We can work on that.
No, I think we can.
We can make one big game.
Can we work on me learning some new words? Because I heard of some cool ones my daddy told me.
Oh, let's not talk about that here, Bobby. That's not the place. Is there anything else you
But they
want to
were
talk about?
I can finally
No,
say big words.
no. We're not going to say those here.
Motherfucker.
God, Bobby!
Okay,
Sit.
Bobby, that's enough. I'm going to ask you to go out now. Bobby.
That was a secret, son.
Okay, guys. I think as well as Bobby has some things to work on, I think that there's some things that you guys need to be a little bit more cautious of, you know, language and things like that. So
Yeah.
Keep in mind that he is.
we're going to continue to work on his reading and his spelling and his writing, but he seems to be excelling in his math, doesn't he? Yes. So I think we'll continue to keep an eye on that. But other than that, I think that we're going to keep doing what we're doing, and I don't think there's any further accommodations or anything we need to
No.
get approved.
Yes, got about 3 minutes till closing, about to wrap up?
Yeah.
All right.
So, is that
Yeah,
good for
now
everybody?
our video was interrupted.
All right.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.